We are broadcasting straight out of motherhood.
This is podcast number 6.
Number 6, and today we are going to talk about
Traveling with kids.
traveling with kids. And today we have our host, Allie B. She is a mother of 3. She is the host of The Motherhood on 88.5 KOKU, the voice of Maui.
That's right.
You can also sometimes see her on TMZ as well. She's all over the place.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this wonderful mom of a rambunctious 3-year-old. She's a UFC fighter, a producer, a
UFC
model,
fighter.
and an actress. That's
I'm
right.
not.
I like to call you the UFC fighter of my life.
Oh, okay. I like
Because
that.
you're an aspiring UFC fighter.
Yeah.
You're an aspiring boxing professional woman power boxer.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
Okay,
But you're
I'll
what?
take it.
You're a model and actress. You're a producer. You do a lot.
We do a
And
lot.
you're a co-host of the Motherhood Radio.
Yeah.
And so now here we are on our podcast, and we're just killing it.
We don't mean to brag or anything, but we killing it lately, and it's because of you guys.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's really just jumping in and doing something that you've never done before and just having fun with it. And
Yeah.
if you fail a little bit in the beginning,
That's okay.
You just keep moving.
Yeah, we were actually talking the other day about support too. How we think that the whole reason why we're being so successful lately is because we've kind of switched our show and our dynamic into really more of supporting moms.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I think it's been coming back to us like tenfold.
Yeah.
Like we support you guys are supporting us, and it's been like
It's been a great experience.
been really great.
But I think as mothers, we should always totally support other moms. Answer questions really wholeheartedly when
Yeah.
moms ask, and be real with them.
Yep.
And don't be so quick to be judgmental.
Definitely.
And just, reach your hand out if you see another mom in need and help her out. Because, that's all what we really need in the end. Right?
Exactly.
But you know what we're really going to need pretty soon? We're going to need a vacation from our vacation because it's almost summertime.
Almost summertime. The kids are gonna be here.
Yes, here we live in Hawaii, so our kids are out at the end of May and they go back to school at the beginning of August.
Yeah.
So in the mainland, it's a little adjusted. I think it's June to September.
I
They
think
get
so.
a
They
full
think they
3
get a full-
months.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't get that here.
No, we've got bigger Christmas breaks and
Yeah,
stuff.
we had a little furlough issue a few years ago.
What's
and
furlough?
We actually had to furlough school days because they didn't have funding to pay the teachers here, and so there was no school on Fridays. Literally. For
No.
a year, I swear to God. Yeah, isn't that crazy to think?
That's
Which
insane.
is another thing, we should totally do an episode on the Department of Education and how parents can connect with them, because I think that's important.
Definitely.
But you know what? I think one dumb thing that the Department of Education came up with was summer vacation.
Summer
Because
vacation.
all they ever do is complain that our kids don't retain the information after summer. Well, why'd you give them 3 months off?
Right? That's a long time off.
It is a long time off. So, I understand kids need a break, but come on.
I could think they could take breaks throughout the year, just longer ones.
And
then-
adults don't get that break.
yeah.
We don't get 3 months off or 2
Are you
months off in
serious?
the summer.
Yeah.
No, we're trapped.
We're trapped.
We're trapped either way.
Yep. So this kind of goes into our next topic then, and it's about traveling with kids, because when you have a long break, you want to get off the island
Yeah.
or get off the mainland or do something.
go somewhere or do something. And it's but there's so many wonky tips and advice that you get when
Yeah.
it comes to traveling.
It really
if
is.
you're a first time traveler with a baby, you're super paranoid
It's
and you're
stressful.
online and you're like, what should I bring? And
What
a
do I
lot
need?
of the
What can I
advice
bring?
is really, really bad advice,
It
because
is.
I found out that half of the stuff that I read online thinking I was doing great coming to the airport was totally wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
For instance, when I first had a baby, they told you to bring your prepared bottles in a little cooling bag, and they would put it in the refrigerator for you and keep them cold. That is untrue. They will not do that for you.
No, they're not
They
gonna
will
keep
not
your bottles
refrigerate
cold.
your baby bottles for you.
No.
You will be required to make bottles at your seat with what you have. And you can't just walk through security with pre-made bottles. You have to have everything
Everything needs to be
sealed, and they know it's for the baby, but you can't necessarily do that. Big misconception: there's changing tables on every bathroom. On
There, and
the
there
airplane.
isn't. That's a huge misconception. Some of
Yeah.
them, they don't even have them.
No. And what if you get trapped in a block of 3 seats and you're one person traveling with a baby and you're in the middle and you have to nurse?
Oh God, yeah.
I wish that they would take into consideration, us parents. That's why I wanted to come up with that airplane for parents with kids. We could have seats in the back that are relaxing for moms and dads who understand what kid noise is. And we could have a play corral in the front for the kids to run around.
Right? That would be nice. Or even if they just had a section of the plane, like the back of the plane
Yeah,
is
and then
like
you have
where
like
the families
cubicles
are.
with little beds in there, so you could just kind of lay down and relax with your kids.
Yeah, there's
I
a
think
lot of
it's-
things that when you're traveling with multiple kids, there can't be multiple kids in the same row. So if you're a family, you
Yes.
have to be separate. There can only because there's only
That is true.
one infant or one child. What is it called?
The facial mask. And you know, I have really put up a fit at the airport because they have tried to do that in the past where they separated us, and I lose it and I tell them heck to the no. My kid is not, my 6-year-old is not going to be 40 rows behind me by herself with 2 random
Are you
strangers. Like, that's
kidding?
not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, my children are going to sit with me, period. But now, you know, we had like recently in the news that lady that like got sucked out of the airplane. The mom, she was a mom of like 2 or 3 who was sitting at the she was sitting at the window of a Southwest airplane, probably maybe a few weeks ago. This is we're
Oh my
going
God, I
into
didn't know
summer
about
here,
this.
2018, and something in the engine blew and it cracked the window and it pulled her halfway out, and they literally had to pull her back in, and she
survived?
she did not survive.
Oh God.
Yeah. And so it's like there's so many risks now also to traveling. It's like, what's the safest way to navigate traveling? With your kids.
Yeah.
I say like I don't put too much effort into my seating arrangement as long as I know when I book them together until I get to the airport, and then I always request the center rows. Like, you know how you have like a block of chairs and then you have end chairs by the windows? I'm always like to be in the center
Oh, okay.
because I have like 3 kids.
Yeah, I like to be able to get out. I don't like being by the window because then you're like stuck in there. with the
Right.
kid.
And then if you're in the middle and you have that block, then you can kind of corral your kids in that row.
Yeah, I like that.
know?
That's a good idea. And then they're not in the same row too, or they're like a little bit separate.
Yes. You know, another thing I think is important, I don't know about you, like Coco's just 3 now, so she's just getting to be that active place, but I hate when parents bring toys that their kids already know, like, or they show them the toys before they get on the plane.
Oh, yeah,
Every
yeah,
time
don't do that.
you travel, you should make like a special travel bag.
Totally.
Like, you get like a reusable bag, you go to the store, you buy a bunch of like activity books and little tiny figures and things that
And
you know
don't
that
let
your
them
kids
know,
like.
don't let them
And
see
you
it.
save it in your bag as a big surprise, and then when you get up into the air, you tell them, look, if you sit here and you buckled up, you'll have a surprise when we get in the air, and as soon as we get up, we unveil the bag.
It's a good idea.
And
That's what I
let
always
them
do with her
play.
too. An activity book, coloring book, new
Yes.
crayons,
Yes.
like just little stuff. And then gradually bring them out. Don't let them see all of it all at once. Like if you
I
got a
like-
long flight, every hour, you know, oh, I got something like this.
Yeah,
and
that's
now I got
another good one.
this,
Yeah,
and
don't
now-
just give it to them right out of the gate. That's true. Dole them out as you go. I liked your advice about also bringing an extra change of clothes for yourself.
Yes. Bring, because you always think, oh, what if they spit up on themselves? Yes, or they throw up on themselves, but they're sitting on you, they're laying on you. All that's gonna get on you too. So make sure you have a change of clothes for your child, but also for you.
Isn't that crazy? You know, and it's funny because I read this story last night on line about a couple that was traveling with their son, and they had been traveling a long time, and they were walking 3 blocks to their hotel, and the kid fell asleep, and he was so conked out that he peed himself.
Yep.
But he peed himself down dad, you know. Well, dad, being a guy who's only traveling for 5 days, only brought 1 pair of pants.
Ooh.
Why do guys do that? I don't understand, like, this whole travel light, like, you need more than 1
You
pair
need,
of pants.
yeah, exactly. Come on.
Why are guys so weird like
Well, that was probably karma for him. Like,
You know.
oh, you didn't think this one through, buddy.
that? You should also forewarn your husband, if you are traveling with him, that he will be a part of the traveling experience.
Seriously, exactly.
Mine tried to show up with a pillow once, like he was going to take a nap. And
You're like,
lost it.
excuse me? Alex, one time when we were traveling, he got a little digi player and all of this for himself as I'm like across the aisle. And the one of the stewardess actually had said something to him. Your wife is right here. With the kid, and you're on the digi thing.
You're right.
And she
He's
totally
like,
called him out, and he
"Oh."
was like, all like, all huffed up, and I was like, you deserved that. You deserved that. Way to go,
you.
stewardess. She probably sees it all the time. Like, I'm gonna call these men out.
Try not to travel if you're outnumbered with kids and you know that your kids are very young and you do need an extra pair of hands everywhere you go. Like, don't expect that flying is going to be any different.
Exactly.
I think my biggest problem with flying is I felt, because I was an insecure person, that people were staring at me and judging me because I had a baby in the first place. Because there are people that will look at you as soon as you get there like,
oh, great. A baby. I'm
now
sitting by
she's
baby.
on a plane. Oh, I wonder how this is going to go. And
you know what?
I really
Screw
hate
them.
that.
You know what? Just screw them. Your baby's probably going to cry. It's probably going to be hell. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I've just kind of had to accept that sometimes, that it's like, you know what, if she's going to be an asshole on the plane, she's going to be an asshole on the plane, and parents are going to understand, and there's going to be people that are judgy and look at you and are like annoyed, and you just got to say, this it is what it is.
You know, and
I'm
that's
traveling
true.
with my kid.
But I wasn't always like that. I was the crier. Like, I would get up and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt horrible. Like, it was an hysterical event every time traveling with my kid. I never liked traveling with kids. I also think I firmly believe in saving vacations from when your kids know how much vacations cost.
Right?
You know, it's like,
or for them to actually enjoy
why
the
are we
vacation.
taking a 1-year-old to Disneyland when they're never going to remember this?
Yeah, this
why
is the
don't
vacation
you take
for
them
you.
when they're 9 or between 6 and 10, when they're going to be kids and they're actually going to enjoy it and remember it.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
it's so funny. My niece actually told me, my 13-year-old niece actually told me this, because I was talking about, like, last year bringing Coco, and she goes, no, wait till she's like 3 or 4 when she's into princesses and stuff, and she knows. Yeah. And I was like, man, Kylie, that was smart for like a 13-year-old to be like, think this through.
It is true. You know, I think, you know, I mean, because we lived out there for a little bit with my cousin, so I was able to go to the park a few times when Kamiley was really little. I think I took her when she was 2 and when she was 4, both bad experiences.
Really?
She got heat stroke.
Oh, no.
It's super duper hot over there.
Yeah.
And, you know, you go there, there's long lines, it's a lot of walking. You really need to take into consideration that your kid can't handle that type of heat all day long. Like, you have to take breaks.
Right. Especially if you're traveling from somewhere else and you're not even used to the heat at all.
Yes.
You know, like people from like Michigan, where my family is.
Yeah,
Oh God, they'd
you
be
know
like,
that's another thing. I don't understand why, if you live in a place where you don't do something on a regular basis, why you think when you're on vacation you're going to do it with your kids. Like, if you live in a state that has no water surrounding it, why do you let your kids jump in the ocean when they come to Hawaii? Like, it's no big deal. Because the rate of drownings is really high. Like, I watched on the news this morning, I think they said like 1,000 drownings in 2016. And most of the drownings weren't even the youngest kids. The highest amount of drownings were kids between the age of 15 and 19.
That actually makes perfect sense. You know, a teenager coming out here.
They think that they're, you know, invincible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The parents are like, they're old enough, they can swim, they're fine. So they let them just kind of do what they want to do and get in these bad situations.
The same with the parents, too. They go out snorkeling from the beach. And normally you see, like, the snorkeling accidents that happen here in Hawaii are people that literally walk off the shore and decide they're going to snorkel by themselves.
Yeah.
If you come to Hawaii, book a tour where you go on a snorkeling excursion where there are people there that can watch you and make sure
go
that
for
you're
water
safe.
safety for yourself and for your kids.
And
like,
don't be crazy. You know, talk to your kids about that. Dry drownings are super big. And like all those things. Also, airports are very scary places. Like, I had this experience when my oldest daughter was really little. I was traveling by myself to go to see my girlfriends, Michelle and Stacy, matter of fact, who were out in California at the time. And this guy was like, if you need any help with your baby, like, I'll help you. Like, he was like right across from me. And I'm like, I don't need any help with my baby, but thanks, you know. And so it was really creepy. Like, I noticed him kind of watching us the whole time or whatever. So we get off the plane and then I realized that they're not there. And it wasn't that they weren't there. They were at the wrong gate. They were looking for somewhere else. And it was those days where you didn't like really have a cell phone. It was like you just kind of had to show up somewhere, like expect someone to be there for you. And so I'm like, crap, they're not here. And he's like, well, I'm going to sleep in the airport tonight. If you want to sleep by me, I'll watch you and your baby.
Oh.
And I was like,
you're like, no.
I'm on the payphone. I'm like, where are you guys? Oh my God. You know, and they're like,
it's so
we're at the
scary.
wrong gate. You gotta watch people at the airport.
Yeah, you
I
really
also
do.
had an experience where a guy tried to offer me coffee at an airport. I was probably like 17 years old, and he like insisted that I take the cup. And I'm like, no, it's okay. And he's like, no, take the, and I was like,
God, you're like, no.
No. And I was like, this guy's trying to drug me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't take things from strangers at airports.
Oh God, no.
No. So what are kind of products do you take with you like when you travel with Coco? Because she's pretty little still. Like because I think overpacking, some necessities you can get when you get to certain places.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely like to pack light. Definitely pack light if you can. But yeah, there are some things that you just need. I always like to have like Purell or some kind of a hand sanitizer because planes are dirty. I always bring those like emergencies. I always bring those. Me and her drink them on the plane, before the plane, because there's a lot of germs on the plane, and a lot of times we get sick on the plane, especially young kids. So I actually do it a couple days before we fly too. Take extra vitamins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do I actually bring though? Definitely wipes.
What would you say is a good my whole thing is I always overpack diapers in my diaper
Me
bag because
too.
I think, oh my God,
I'm there for
I
this
have
many days.
been in the position where I said, oh, I'm only gonna bring like 4 or 5, and then it was like my kid had like explosive diarrhea like the whole flight or
God.
whatever, and you're like, I didn't have enough diapers.
Oh, that would be
And
horrible.
then I've had times where I've brought so many diapers that I'm just hauling.
Yeah,
I feel like Costco.
Yep, I've been the same way.
I'm like, what in the
You're like a
fuck did I
middle
bring all
ground,
this
right?
shit here
Like just
for?
a couple extra, just in case like those blowouts happen, but not like a whole entire pack. Like you can buy diapers wherever you're going.
And how in the goddamn hell do airports not sell fucking diapers? Like seriously,
Seriously,
you have
why would you not think they
tampons
would?
and condoms, and you don't have diapers? I could buy wine and a sandwich, but you don't expect that I'm going to show up with a child.
Exactly.
At all.
That is such a good point. I never think about that. Yeah, why don't they sell diapers in there?
I don't understand. I think that, if we have smoking areas and lounges at airports, we should totally have places in airports for parents with small children. A play area, a place where you can breastfeed, a place where you can change your kids, a place where you can sit down and eat, whatever. I know, like, some airports are pretty lenient about, like whatever food items that you bring for your kid in your diaper bag, they usually let that go through because it's for the baby.
For the kid, yeah.
But they get to a certain age where you can't get away with that.
Yeah, it's true.
Like juicies. Yeah.
I like to bring plastic bags with me too.
Really?
Plastic bags to put any kind of like soiled stuff in, just in case, like
that's
it
really
gets
smart.
spit up, or if they have an accident. What do you do with like a poopy like pair of pants?
Yes.
Now after it's happened, you're like, do
Yeah,
I just
right.
throw it out? Do I leave it?
You're like
bring some plastic
shoving
bags
it in your purse.
Yeah, I gotta play that later. So I always have extra big plastic bags that I always pack with.
I like to travel at nighttime too.
Yes,
because I feel
and
like airplanes at nighttime are the best for children, and I don't understand why people without children have such a goddamn attitude when they get on a plane at nighttime with kids. Well, when the hell do you think I should travel with my child?
Exactly.
How about I travel when they're normally sleeping? Isn't that the nicest goddamn thing that I could do for you today? So why are you giving me such an attitude? I could travel with you at 10 in the morning while my child wants to go out and play and eat candy.
Right? But you don't. You're being
No,
thoughtful.
I'm being so nice. It also helps you avoid those costly fees for video games and movies for your children.
That's a good point
Because
too,
they
and all
get to
the
an age where
snacks.
they want to buy and snacks and everything.
Yeah.
No, we're getting on the plane and we're going to sleep. And when you wake up, we're
We'll be
gonna
there.
Yeah. We're gonna be there then.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I guess some of the dumb parts that I wrote like a small list of things that I didn't like about, hungry kids. You never want to take a kid that's hungry.
No, that's
like
horrible.
make sure your kid is legit.
Yeah,
like
bring
not
some
hangry.
snacks. Bring some snacks.
Bring snacks.
Bring
Make sure they
snacks.
ate before. Make sure they're eating the whole way there.
Yep.
Also, like some kids get stomach problems when they travel.
A
'cause
lot
they're
of
nervous.
I
They
feel like
get
I
nervous.
always get
I
stomach
do.
issues
I get a
too.
stomach ache every time I travel. I'm like, oh my god, I get super travel
Yeah,
anxiety.
Coco gets like constipated for days when we travel. When we
Really?
travel, she always has belly issues.
Oh
yeah.
because she probably doesn't feel comfortable going to the bathroom to a new place.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
I guess. Did you ever give her prune juice or like water it down?
No, I haven't, but I should. I have
did.
never tried it.
You know,
but
my middle kid decided that she was gonna hold it in. Like she was not gonna poop. Like she knew that we were potty training her, and she just wasn't gonna poop
She's
anymore.
like, I'm not
she was like,
doing
I'm
it.
a princess, and we don't poop. Well, let's back that shit up for about 2 weeks, and she's literally running around the house like, my butt hurts, my butt hurts, my butt. And I'm on the phone with Kaiser, and I'm like, I don't know, like she's
butt hurts.
constipated and her butt hurts, and like she's jumping like, ouch, 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 and she's like, she needs to poop, she needs to poop, and I'm like, I've given her. So they told me like prune juice with a little bit of water,
and
water
it worked
down, yeah, and it totally worked. But
that's a good
eventually
tip.
she took it out, and I mean, it was like. It was like you were
She's
back
like,
for like a
unleashed.
year. Oh my god, I can't believe I just remembered that. That was
that's
just
so
some
funny.
trying times. Yeah, those are just the fun ones. Let's see.
Oh, should we talk about like what you need for your child when you
Yeah.
like go there? You don't need to bring your pass or bring like any kind of form of ID for your child, which is crazy.
I think that is super ludicrous. How can someone get on a plane with a child that has no record of who this child belongs to and travel? And then we're like standing around like, why do we have child trafficking? I'm so confused. I don't know how my child
This
would
is
be
insane to
in Afghanistan
me.
right now. Oh my god! Like you can get on a plane with a
With
child
any baby
with nothing
and just claim it's my baby.
You could just bring some fake birth certificate of some other child and then just be like, boom, that's my kid.
You don't even need to bring the birth certificate.
Yeah, you don't even
need
you really
to.
don't even need
You
to
just
bring
say
it.
this is my baby, and they go okay.
That's crazy. That is absolutely insane.
I think so too. You do need still a passport for your baby though. If you're traveling
Yeah, right,
outside, you
that's
do
true.
still need a passport.
That's true. Let's see. I did see a product online I thought was super cool. It's like an inflatable square, and it's called the Bon Air by Outfitters. It's an inflatable foot leg rest that turns into a bed.
I love
so
it.
So basically, you blow it up to like this, and you wedge it in between the chair and the next chair, and then it makes a full laying place for your baby.
I love
they
this
can
idea.
either keep their legs up. You don't have to worry about stuff falling underneath. It's a complete, makes them like a complete little bed. And
This is genius.
That was $31.99. So like,
31. I'm buying it today.
yeah. And then I saw one other travel thing that I thought was really cool.
Wait, what was that one called again?
That one is called the Bon Air.
Bon Air.
Yeah.
BONAIR, guys.
Yes,
Bon Air.
and there were two other things I liked. I see a lot of people in the airports nowadays with the car seats with wheels on the bottom with a handle. So like you can get this attachment for your car seat
What?
to turn your car seat into a stroller.
This is great.
So you take your car seat, Coco's regular car seat, you attach this thing on the back, it puts wheels on the bottom, and then you have like the handle like you have on your suitcase. And so you put your baby in there,
Boom, 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 boom.
and then you boom, 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 boom through the airport, and then you got your car seat with you as you need when you get to the next state.
I love that.
Although I totally agree in using baby concierge businesses nationwide.
Right.
You know,
Seriously.
I think that's great. And then the last thing that I saw that I thought was cool is this cool activity. They got these really cool travel activity kits now. Like the one that I saw was for a little boy, but it sits over the table thing that you have, and it has like a little road on it. It comes with cars on the sides. It has pens and crayons and color things. It has like a little wall on it so you can prop up the iPad.
I
on
love
there,
this.
You know, and they have all their little toys, their little Legos in there, and it's literally like a play center. And it's got little walls on it, so then you're not worrying and you're not constantly having to pick up Legos.
This is such
the
a good
whole
idea.
time.
What is this one called again?
It folds out. It's called the Smart Travel Tray.
The Smart Travel Tray.
It is $25.95. It's a children's activity tray. So
These are great products.
I know. I thought they were great.
Like, I'm literally going to buy these because we're going to be going to California.
I know.
We're all going to California.
We're taking the podcast to California. Who are we going to see? Who are we going to see? Anyone? We got to like find some like legit people to interview. I think that
I have a mom that we're going to that wants to come on, and she's actually Bubba Jenkins' wife. Yeah, so
awesome.
that'll be really cool to get like a wife's perspective of like being married, and they work with each other too. She kind of like schedules his like private sessions and his coaching and stuff
Ooh,
like
that's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, so I thought she would be really good, and they have 3 kids.
Oh, that's really good.
Right?
I like
So,
that.
and she's
you
funny,
know,
so I thought she'd be a good person.
My stepsister is a homeschool teacher in California.
That's
and
a good
she
homeschooling.
Literally has a classroom at her house. So I thought it would be really cool to talk to her about how she manages to educate her children and also be their mom. Like, you know, That's kind of like a
Wow,
hard
I
one, I
like
think.
that.
But she balances that stuff out. Man.
Wow, we need to talk to her. So we'll
Yeah.
have a homeschooling episode. That'll be good.
That's right. So, well, we are super stoked that you tuned in. You know, you can check us out on our website.
Yep.
You can check us out on YouTube.
YouTube, iTunes,
Instagram. Yeah, you can check us out on iTunes. Don't forget to download us, because we can't make better episodes without lots of fans. and
Yeah,
people that
we
wanna
want your
listen.
feedback too. So message us if you have any topics you want us to cover, or if you want to come on. And we now have the technology to Skype people in.
Yeah.
So no matter where you're at, if you want to come on the show, just hit us up.
That's right. And share your stories about traveling.
Yeah.
All these crazy travel stories on our website. We'd love to hear.
We would love to hear
more
'em.
about what you're doing. So until next time, don't forget to fake it until you make it.
Right? And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, don't lose your sanity.
Yeah.
Bye.